Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Alexis, and we're back here with my friend. Wait, do you go by Tabby Face still?
You can call me whatever, man. I did I did a I did a wrestling stream, or even then, like that movie stream I did. My real name was used. I don't really care at this point. You can call me Tav. You can
Or
call me Brandon. You can call me your dad. But I don't know. Well, you can't.
how about I
No.
call you? All right, all right. We are here. We are back for episode 2
Yeah.
of me watching this nonsense.
You can say that, but I prefer to say that this is a series retrospective on one of the most influential animes to come out in the 90s. And it is a first time viewing for one of us, a third time, fourth time viewing for another one of us. Whoever, it's up to you to tell who's watching this for the first time, who's watching this for the second time, or third, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I didn't keep
My
track.
only question is, if Evangelion was so great, why isn't there an Evangelion 2?
The
Why is
rebuild
there no
movies.
sequel, huh?
Ten-
Those are remakes.
Technically, there are sequels to Evangelion. There are technically sequels if you want to get into the games. It'd be funny if we just
Wait,
continue the retrospective of this whole series. If we talked about all the video games too.
there was... Okay, it makes sense that there was games, but there's games that are technically count as sequels to this? Really?
Sequels, more like continuations.
Oh, damn. Now I have to look that up later.
It's like that. I don't know why I thought about this. Do you remember how when Incredibles 1 came out, they had a game based on the movie? But then for some reason, because people liked that game a lot, they made a sequel to the game called Rise of the Underminer. And that was just straight up
Oh,
Incredibles
yeah.
2 until it was turned non-canon by the second movie actually being a thing.
Yeah, actually, that was the thing a lot of game movies did. I remember Over the Hedge, the first level... I had that as a video game. The first level was literally the end of the movie, and everything else was the sequel.
That's a topic for another day. But
Yeah.
that being said, we continue our retrospective / your journey. We continue your journey with the next batch of 4 episodes, which are episodes 5, episode 6, episode 7, episode 8. 5 and 6 being 2-parters, and 7 and 8. People argue that episode 7 is a weird. People argue that episode 7 is a filler episode. I argue it isn't.
Oh.
And episode 8
No,
introduces.
it's not.
Yeah. Episode 8 introduces the other most important character in the series.
The red one.
Yeah, the German. Anyway, without further ado, let's talk about episode 5, Ray.
Shinji solved his little hedgehog dilemma last episode. He's working on it, right?
He's letting
But
more
now-
people into his life, yeah. And
Yeah.
now he realizes, like, hey, what's up with Ray? He's like, what's up with her? Yeah. So, like, when I first met her, she was all injured and she didn't say anything to me. And she's only said, like, 1 or 2 things to me, and she's in my class. And I see that she ain't got no friends. She ain't got no family. Well, like, what's up with her? Why does my dad care so much about this, like, quiet girl? What's up with it? And they're just like, well, well, that's just Ray. It's just Ray.
Oh, hold up. When you describe it like that, that makes Gendo look very sus. Like far more than it normally does.
Hey, man.
What's up with this nameless girl out of nowhere, and why does my dad have a weird relationship with her? What?
Well, it's more like, why does Gendo care so much, other than the fact that she is the first children? That's how we're gonna refer to that. By the way, we just say the first child, second child, third child. The game says not the game. What am I talking about? The game, the series will refer to them as first children, third children, second children. All right, Rei is the first children.
All right. Yeah.
So you could make the argument like, oh well, that's probably why Gendo cares a lot, and yet, mm,
And then he treats Shinji like nothing.
yeah, like I said, there's a moment where like they're kind of like doing repair stuff on Unit One after after that battle with the last angel,
Mm-hmm.
and like we see Gendo talking to Rei, and Shinji's just like, "What's up with Rei?" And Misato's like,
Yeah.
"What, are you jealous?" He's like, "No, I just want to know why my father cares about this like girl. Like, what the hell? What's up with her?" And then they're just like, "We don't know. She's just the first children. Why don't you figure it out, smart guy?" So then like Dr. Ritsuko.
And then Shinji's all like, "Fine, I'll go do your job."
Well,
Then.
no. Dr. Ritsuko says, "Oh, I was meant to give this to Rei, but Shinji, you want to figure out what's up with Rei? Here's her new security clearance. Give it to her before y'all got to go into literal work. Before y'all head to the office tomorrow, give it to her." And then Shinji goes to her like little like hobble. Rei, living dangerously, leaves the door unlocked, and Shinji's just like, "Whoa, a girl's house," and it's like just a normal ass apartment. And
It's,
then
it's
Rei
a we-
walks.
it's
Then Rei walks in, and she's like, ooh, a little soapy, and Shinji's like, "Oh," and Rei's like, "Bro, what are you doing here?"
not even. It's I'm not gonna lie. That scene, it makes me uncomfortable a lot. And
Can you talk about
I
your
want to say that's the point.
It's an awkward interaction, just like welcome to anime. It's the whole like humor thing. Oh, imagine trying to explain Japanese humor. Japanese humor, and the easiest thing to say is just it's absurdist humor. So it is just a
Mm-hmm.
funny situation that Shinji happens to walk in, and here's a
Right.
naked like Rei in a towel, and Shinji, being a 14-year-old boy, is just like, "Oh, I did not mean to peek," and then Rei's like, "Stop looking.
Don't care. Not even. She's more like don't care. Didn't ask.
Don't care, didn't ask. What are you here? Why are you here?" He's like, "Security."
Yeah.
He's like, "I got a security card for you." And she's like, "Okay."
Then he awkwardly just follows her because she doesn't take the card for a really long time. And then when he finally gives it to her, their conversation ends on the 1 minute escalator moment.
Elevator moment.
Or, no,
Oh yeah,
escalator.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
yeah.
Because at that point, they're just like, "Well, let's just go to Nerve HQ together." And then
Yeah.
something I like to say about this episode is that there is not a lot of dialogue as the other
Oh no.
ones. This episode features one thing I really like about this series, which is that it has really good sound design. The mechanical, the whirs of electricity, of like electrical products, the sounds that the Nerve HQ makes, everything about this series is so like the sound of it is so iconic to the point where like when people make anime parodies now, they often will use Evangelion sound effects too. It'll be Evangelion sound effects, or it'll be, it's among one of those series where it's like sound design is like so iconic, and I think this episode's a good example of it because there's not a lot of talking. It's a lot of awkward silence, especially when it comes to Rei and Shinji, where Shinji being an awkward person, but it's also a good example of the fact that the last episode Shinji was dealing with being Sonic the Hedgehog and his dilemma,
Yeah.
and now that he's
Now
kind of gone over it a little bit, and he has like friends, he has got Toji and the other I forget the other kid, the nerd.
I forget.
Yeah,
It's
Toji the
I'll
nerd.
figure it out.
Toji and the nerd, okay? So Toji and the nerd are his friends. Are just like, "Shinji, you're so cool. You play like Ava," and he's like, and then like Then you got
No, he's
Ray.
like, what about Ray?
He's like, Ray's pretty
Ra-
cool. Yeah, she probably Ava too, right? Hey Shinji, why are you
I
looking
don't.
at Ray, man? Like, what are you creeping on? I get it that Ray's hot because she's like has a more like womanly body than the rest of our class. Isn't that awesome, dude? Like, I get it, Shinji. You're looking at Ray's yabos. As the dub says, you're looking at Ray's bazookas, Ray's supple thighs, Ray's nice cans.
Uh, gosh.
Shut up! It's anime. Don't be a prude, man. These are not real people. But at the same time, if I saw this,
But it's you're saying it out loud though. It's like
so what? You watch this? I watch this from the privacy of my room. You're watching this in your home, like you're watching this in your living room.
I'm watching this in the living room, but no one's around when I watch this. Because my parents are listening to the news in their room.
You should invite your dad to sit down and watch an episode of Evangelion with you. And then we'll get him.
My immediate answer was never, but now I'm thinking maybe there could be a episode I could show him. And then we'll make a part 2 of the series where like, my dad reacts to Evangelion.
Oh my gosh, show your dad at least the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, you show your dad like the first episode. It's a good, of course, it's a good intro. There's some action, there's some whatever. Show him those 2 episodes, and then we'll get him on, and we'll translate and whatnot, what he thinks and whatnot. Let's get your mom in there too. Your parents react to Evangelion.
Oh, my mom would just be like, I don't like it. Mom's very picky with her cartoons, as she would say.
I showed my mom
anything.
Demon Slayer, man. Remember?
Uh-huh.
I told you I showed my mom Demon Slayer, and she was like, she teared up a bit for my main Rengoku. She's like, he died wanting to be a human. He didn't want to be a demon. What a good guy. So I'm just saying.
My mom does not accept anything made after 1888. I mean 1988.
We should get your mom to react to react to Ralph Bakshi cartoons. No, I'm kidding. No. I think only one person listening to this will understand what I just said. Let's get your mom to react to Coonskin by Ralph Bakshi.
No. Anyways, going back to topic.
Yeah, going back to topic. So, my favorite angel attacks Ramiel, the octahedron. They come out and they go, ah, and then like blow things up, and everyone's just like, another angel, and it's a fucking floating octahedron. No,
Shinji. Ray too, I guess. No, it's mostly Shinji.
Hey, is Ava Unit 0 operational yet? No, it's still kind of weird from the last time we used it, where it went kind of berserk because I don't know, because Ray stuff, right? You know?
Yeah, because Ray's Ray.
Because Ray's Ray. So Ava Unit 0, let's see if we can just throw Shinji in there, okay? But Ray's on standby just in case. All right, Shinji. Take down this next angel. Okay. Guys, maybe we should not send Shinji up there so fast. Why? Guys, Ramiel's powering up a laser beam, and as soon as Shinji, like, pretty much goes to the elevator and he's at the top, ready to fight Ramiel, he gets ass blasted by Ramiel's fucking laser beam in the chest. And he's just like, ah! And like, send him back down.
Bring him back. And he came back, and end of episode.
Episode
5.
6, episode 5, and like, Misato's like, shoot. And now he's trying to get through Nerve. That fucking Ramiel piece of shit. Son of a bitch. That octahedron mother... MF. We gotta figure out a plan. And episode 5. Alright, tell me your thoughts.
Very awkward, a little boring. I remember watching this episode because you showed me in the Rebuild movies the scene where he finds Ramliel, and I thought that was cool. So I watched this episode hoping to see something similar, and I was kind of sad that it was just the one shot. He just one-shotted him, and then they retreated. But I mean, hey, that was literally the first episode of Evangelion I ever watched in my life. So this makes it the second time I've watched this episode. And both times, I'm just kind of like... Well, I can't really say nothing much is being done, because everything is show, no tell, you know? Because that's exactly how it is for Ray's character, or how we'll come to know Ray later on. It's hard to really gain anything more out of this, because I really think it all just comes full circle with the second part, you know? Although there is... what's the best word I'm looking for? No, wait. I think that starts more next episode. But, I mean, I guess I would say it's a good episode to introduce Ray proper, because Ray isn't like... The first time you see Ray, I don't know if it was before we see Shinji or not, but I know that, well, first time you see Shinji, you see Ray. You're just kind of like, whoa, what's she doing there? You know?
I mean, yeah, but now we're getting to understand what's up with her, you know?
Yeah. What's up with Ray?
What's up with her?
Episodes 5 and 6 are literally, what's up with Ray? What's going on with her?
Yeah, and then that's pretty much just Shinji. This that little episode can be like, Shinji's just like, what's up with Ray? What's up with her? Yeah, like, what's up with it? But and then Ramio, my favorite angel, shows up. I'm gonna insert that clip of that meme where it's like Cardi B being like, they're trying to be and it's like it's to Ramio singing. I'm gonna insert that in. They trying to be. You wanted me. That bitch is a. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's.
One last thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
A good building. I like how without him really even being there, it still adds to Gendo's character. Not Ghetto, that's from Jujutsu Kaisen. Gendo's character was all added to it. Like, he's not even... Like, he was there at the beginning, you know, when he saved Ray, but that was it. And then everything else, it's just kind of like... Yeah, Gendo does suck. Why does Ray like him?
Well, we don't even know if Ray even does like him.
Well, I mean, she only smiles when she's with him. Yeah. You know, that's one thing I noticed, and a detail I liked is Ray only smiles when she talks with Gendo, and it's the same way with Gendo. He only smiles when he talks with Ray.
Well, you know what they say about Gendo, right?
Hide your children from him?
Oh, I was gonna say grooming minors, whopper. I have children in my basement.
He really does.
I mean,
his basement has giant robots. Why can't my basement have giant robots, huh?
I don't know. You tell me. You build a basement, you put a robot in there.
I will. Anyways, that's all I have to say about this episode.
All right.
I'd like to say that you're spot on the sound design.
It's so...
Honestly, the sound design was kind of make or break for that episode, because if you're going to have these awkward moments in shows, you need to have good sound design and good pacing. Because if not, you're just like, what the heck is going on?
That's what I'm saying. But... Yeah, I guess we can't talk about episode 5 without moving on to its second part, which is episode 6, which, as we said earlier, or as I said, we did a previous recording. This is not the first time trying to record this thing. But I mentioned that on Netflix, this episode is called Ray Beyond the Heart. But on the title cards of the actual episode, it's just called Ray 1. And then episode 6, which we're about to move on to now. So let's move on to... Before we do that, let's transition to episode 6.
Por favor, Rey. Nunca digas que no tienes nada que perder. Claro que lo tienes.
Episode 6 starts off with...
Episode 6, Revenge of the Jedi. It starts with Luke Skywalker being like, Yoda, I don't need you anymore, man. I'm a Jedi Knight. I think I've learned... Oh, wait, Ron. Is this the wrong series?
Yes, sir. See, episode 6 of Neon Genesis Evangelion starts
Showdown
off with...
in Tokyo 3.
Yeah. I think, if I remember, it starts with Misato.
Okay, so it starts with Misato being like,
Yeah.
well, shoot. How long till Ramiel, like, penetrates the entirety and gets to, like, Nerve headquarters through all the...
And we all die.
And we all die. Oh, X amount of time. I can't really tell you the exact amount, but it's pretty...
I think it was 12 hours.
Oh, 12 hours, okay. How's Ray? She's fine. She's fine. How's Unit 0? We're kind of scared to use Unit 0 because Ray's sync rate with it kind of still being a little hit or miss. Okay, then how's Shinji? Oh, well, Shinji's still in the infirmary, but he should be up in a couple hours. Okay, so Ramiel's got the big ass AT field, and we're gonna need to penetrate that. That's the first thing. So let's go up to the weapons people and be like, give us your big ass. I need you to give me your big ass experimental, pretty much like beam rifle thing. And they're like, are you sure?
Particle launcher, I think.
Yeah, particle launcher. It's literally this big sniper, like, it's pretty much the Halo 2 sniper rifle, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, give me that. And they're like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. On behalf of the government in Nerve, give me. All right, Ray, take it away. And then in a funny moment, Ray with Unit 0 lifts up the roof, and she's like, be careful, it's experimental. And they're just like, but how are we gonna get the power to charge it up? To charge up that rifle to penetrate Ramiel's AT field and then hit Ramiel's core. And they're like, oh, easy. We're going to borrow it from Japan. We're going to cause a nationwide blackout to power up this huge sniper rifle to destroy the Angel, who is named Ramiel. Did I mention that?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Ramiel's just sitting there like a jerk with this drill, going deeper, just standing there for like hours. It's so I don't know why Ramiel makes me laugh so much.
It's a giant cube.
It's an octahedron,
bro.
It's not a cube. Ramiel is an octahedron.
He's still a prism.
Nah, you can look it up.
Bro, I did.
Nah, I looked it up.
I looked it up on Google. Is an octahedron a prism? The answer is yes.
I prefer saying
because
octahedron.
Any 3D shape is considered a prism unless it's a sphere.
You're a sphere.
Well,
I'm
a sphere, huh? Well, all right. Well, guess what? I'm gonna be your boulder, Sisyphus. That's
all right. Fine. I'll put you up. All right. All right.
You'll
fine.
never know happiness. You'll never know satisfaction. Not with me, the boulder.
Yeah, I will
boulder.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I will because I will seek happiness through my job because it gives me purpose.
I am the boulder.
Okay,
and the boulder says you're going down.
No, man. You need to understand. I will seek happiness because trying to roll that boulder up the mountain, even though it may seem impossible, at least it's something to do. At least it's something to do. Because guess what? I have hope one day that I will accomplish my task. slash
You
punishment.
never will.
But one day, guess what? If I can't, I'll die trying, and that's okay. Because why would they even do this? Why is this my punishment? I'm just saying, like, what? Like, why? Why
Because you killed people. You
Okay,
fed them
and?
their babies, and then when the gods try to punish you, you're like, nah, watch this.
Yeah, bro,
And you
because I'm
cheated
built.
death twice.
Because I'm built different.
Anyways,
Anyways,
yeah,
Ramiel
big
says I'm
giant
built
shape in the
different.
sky is drilling through nerve. And they have like, 8 hours? No, they only have like 4 hours with Ava Unit 1 being active. And they're just like, Shinji, everything's gotta go perfect. And he's like, okay, I'll try. No pressure, right?
Kind of. Well, oh, hold on. You're missing a thing, which is the fact that when Shinji wakes up, Rei is there to hand him a new uniform and to give him his dinner because he's got to go up in the robot in like half an hour. And then Shinji's like, "Yo, man, I got ass blasted by Ramiel, the octahedron. I'm not sure if I can go up there again. It's scary." And Rei's like, "Go or not, I'm still going up there. If I got a bit, and then you know what? I'll tell you this right now. If you won't get in your robot, I'm gonna get in your robot. Dr. Risco is already gonna set up everything to like memory wipe. Okay, I'm gonna delete your memory file on Pokemon Blue and start over. How do you like that, Shinji? And
But you'll get hurt, Ray.
But Shinji's like, but no, I have my level 72 Blastoise in there. No. And guess what? Shinji? I'm not gonna trade it over to my Pokemon Red. No. Well, he doesn't do that. He's just like, oh wait, I don't want her to delete that my save file. I have my Nidoking in there. So then we cut to see both the Ava units leave, and like you got the homeboys cheering them on and be like, yeah, the Ava units, yeah. We both see Unit 0 and Unit 1 moving, and then Shinji, and they're like moving to position, and they're getting ready for like the moment because they're gonna hit the MFer. They're gonna hit Ramiel the angel. They're gonna hit them. I don't know, fucking genderless, whatever. They're gonna hit the angel at midnight. Because that's when, like, it'll be prime time to, like, charge up the particle beam. And so, like, Shinji's just like, why do you pilot the Ava? And Rei's like, because it's my link to everyone. I don't have anything. I don't have any connections except for the Ava unit to the people. Because that way, at least I'm using my seemingly worthless life to protect the people and humanity. And then Shinji's like, no, your life is not worthless, because you're a living person. And then Rei's like,
no, he doesn't say that yet. He says that at the end.
Yeah, but like Shinji's like, that's wrong. You gotta live for more than that. And then Rei's like, we'll see. So they commence the operation, and surprisingly, because the series doesn't end here, they beat my favorite angel.
It's alright, he'll be back in the Redive movies.
Rebuild, bro.
Right. Why do I keep calling it Redive?
Because Gundam build fighters, Redive, whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, they beat Ramiel, and then like, because the whole operation was that because Shinji has a higher sync rate unit with his own Ava unit than Rei has with her own. She's gonna defend against Ramiel's laser beam, while Shinji makes the shots, and essentially he's gotta be super precise. That's it, okay? So, seemingly to do the shots, Rei gets injured. So, mirroring what his father did, he like gets out of his plug, goes to Rei's, and like tears open, and just like Gendo did, and he's like,
in like the first episode, yeah,
just like Gendo did in the last episode in the flashback. And he's like, "See, Rei, your life isn't meaningless. It's okay." And then Rei smiles, and that's the end of the little two-part. And if you were watching the Rebuild movies, that's where the first movie ends.
Man, what a good way to end those films. What the heck?
Well, that's where the first one ends. But regardless, that's the end of Ray 2. What do you think? Tell me your thoughts. 'Cause now we found out more about Ray and what's up with her.
Great foreshadowing for Rei and her relationship to Gendo. Overall, more proof that Shinji isn't a self-centered prick. He actually cares about people he hardly knows.
Would you have a relationship with Gendo?
No.
Why not?
I don't think I could get along with someone like him.
What
And I say this because I watched episode 7.
What if, like... we'll talk about that in a sec. But what if, like, you know, for some reason, we go back to the year 2015, and you're like, Alexis, you are the fourth child. We need you to come with us to Nerve in Japan. And then you meet Gendo in real life. No. This is no context to, like, anything,
Oh,
right?
okay. No context. Okay. Well, yeah, I'd probably say yes. And then I'd meet Gendo in real life.
And Gendo's just like, nice to meet you, fourth child. And he's just giving you, like a nice smile, and he's, like, trying to be your friend.
Okay. Alright, he's fooling me. What's his angle afterwards, huh? Wait a second, I'm the fourth child?
Yeah, you have to be the fourth child.
Let's see, who was that? 1, 2, 3. Oh, heck nah.
What do you mean that? No.
That's getting ahead of myself.
I'm just saying, like, in general, because, you know, context to people, and not to spoil you, but, like, you know, there's Ray, Shinji, and Oster, who we'll talk about at the end of this, and, like, and they're, like, the first, the second, and the third child, right? So you get to be, so you're the fourth child, you're the secret fourth one, and they're like, son, you gotta go out there and help, and get in that damn robot. So then, like, then the whole time Gendo's trying to be your friend, he's just like, yeah, you know, it's really cool that we brought you down here, Alexis. It's very nice to meet you.
Yeah, he's got me fooled, sure. Do I see how he treats his son?
Maybe. I don't know. You see that they don't
hear
interact.
about it?
You know what? You see that they don't interact, but Gendo's just like, don't worry about that, you know. And he puts his hand on your shoulder a lot.
That'd make me uncomfortable. Like, please don't put your hand on my shoulder, sir.
He's like, why not? You're the fourth child.
I don't care. Don't touch me, dude.
He's like, I'm just trying to be your friend.
Okay, there needs to be some boundaries here, all right, buddy.
He's like,
I ain't about to be molested.
He's like, who's talking about molestation here? I'm the director, okay? I'm just trying to be your friend. I'm trying to make you feel comfortable here. I'm trying to make you comfortable with me. And he puts his hand on your shoulder again, and he gives you a smile when he says that.
Am I like, what's my age here? What's my age?
How old were you in 2015?
17.
Alright, so you're 17.
17, huh?
You know what? For the sake of this, you're the same age as all of them. You're 14.
I'd probably punch him in the balls, maybe.
Why would you go resort to violence? What are you, a caveman?
I was kind of violent at that age, I think.
But this is the director of Nerve.
I don't care. He's touching me. I told him not to do it.
But he's trying to be friendly with you. He's just trying to be nice.
I don't care. Look, we're getting off topic.
He's a nice guy.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
And we'll see in episode 7. Anyways, for the rest of this episode, my thoughts on this episode are, this is all Misato's time to shine. Like, these are all Misato episodes. Sure, it says Rei. Sure, it's about Shinji. But really, Misato steals the show. It's all about her. Let's be honest here. Alright? Because in the first 4 episodes, we're like, oh, here's this ditzy woman. Why is she at Nerf? She doesn't do anything. Oh, she commands Shinji. Oh, okay, yeah. Maybe like a handler kind of thing. But then we actually see her be, like, what her title official is, which is commander. We just see her get to work, man.
She's
It was
captain.
epic.
She's the captain of she's a captain at Nerve, and she pretty much is like the main like organizer and leader of the Operation Yakushima, which is the whole like get the particle rifle and like get all of the energy from Japan to ass blast Ramiel into like nothingness. You know, that pretty much that whole operation was all her. So it was really cool. The fact that like
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool to see that she just like changes when she's gotta like get down to business.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. I liked it a lot. I wish the Ramiel fight was longer, cause you know it's really cool. You see this giant shape being such a big threat, and it all ends in
Oh
like
no! Listen. You need to say what Ramiel is.
a prism.
An octahedron.
Anyways, yeah, the fight was like 5 minutes. I thought it'd be longer. I really liked when Misato was trying to figure out how he worked by using Eva 1 dummies. That was pretty cool. And something you didn't mention, when Shinji had like a moment of hesitation because he missed the first shot. So then Rei comes in, and she's protecting him when he thought he was gonna die, and that like inspires him to kind of get stronger resolve, which was really nice. And just that final scene when he shoots Ramiel and the beams twist and it just kills him, that was pretty neat.
I don't think it was neat. I didn't like that at all. They killed Ramiel.
He's fine, bro. He'll be back later. Maybe.
No, but he didn't do nothing.
Oh yeah, totally didn't just shoot a 14-year-old in the chest.
I do that on a daily basis. I mean,
Shut up. No, you don't. Okay, yeah, that's
yeah, I do. I
that's it
step
for
out.
episode
Hold
6.
on. I step outside my house every morning and I pull out my gun and I see a kid walk into school because I live near a school. Oh shit! And I say, "Eeny, meeny, miny, you," and I point my gun at him. I shoot him until he's dead.
But those are high schoolers. They're not 14-year-olds.
Yeah, they are.
Well, if they were born in fall months like I was, maybe. That's pretty rare.
You're born in.
I was born in November, so they put me in a... Technically, they put me in a class that was older than me. Technically.
You know, it's just whatever, but...
Yeah.
Let's go on to episode 7, my favorite of the batch.
Really?
Yeah, but let's, episode 7.
あの族どもがどうせうちの利権にあぶれた連中の腹いせでしょ
Yeah. More
Episode...
Misato.
Yeah, my favorite.
Starts off with the daily life of Shinji and Misato, and Shinji be like, "Oh, why can't you act your age, woman? Oh."
This is why you're not married, Misato. And she's like, "What do you mean by that?"
Yeah. And then he goes to school, and they're like, "Hey, bro, what's it like living with Misato, man? Come on, tell me." You know, they're his friends, right?
Yeah. Why are they Markiplier?
I don't know.
His friends are Markiplier.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
friends with Markiplier.
Tell me about your what's it like to live with Misato. Ugh. It's me, Markiplier. Shinji, do you have any cream on you?
Oh, cream. And then there's some more Gendo chicanery going around. Not, you know.
Now hold on. we gotta talk about the main point of the episode, which is the fact that, while it does, while outside of work, Misato is a girl boss, and at home, she's a drunk girl failure who starts her morning off with a cold beer. Pretty boss, honestly. That's still a girl boss right there. Shinji's just like, why can't you just be cool all the time like you are at work? And then Misato, along with Ritsuko, had to go represent NERV at this big meeting of essentially weapon manufacturers. And they're like, so, NERV, you like to run up money, huh? You like to cost money for things. And all because what? You have children piloting your robots. Get me, I'm NERV. I put children in danger. And Ritsuko's like, you don't understand. You don't understand, It's all about the heart. It's all about the human heart and the necessary requirements to pilot the robot. Yada, yada, yada. And you're like, oh, look at me. I need a heart to pilot a robot. Gundam would like to have Gundam has entered the conversation.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I have some choice thoughts on this episode.
And they're like, you know what? Instead of a kid piloting a robot because they have a heart or whatever, here, check this out. This robot is remote controlled via the shittiest wireless Bluetooth I can come up with in the year 2015. Look at it.
Yeah.
Alright, robot, move forward. Alright, robot, move slow. Alright, robot, stop. Robot, why aren't you stopping? Oh.
Meanwhile, not even meanwhile, this is before they had their meeting. Gendo in his secrecy, he's like, meeting. Send Misato to do it, right?
Misato totally not go over there.
Yeah, totally not suspicious at all. Especially after they gave him a file and talking with someone who we'll meet next episode. By the way, I really liked that when I connected the dots. Because he was talking with someone on the phone. That's how he got the information. But yeah, now the robot won't stop. And the robot's powered by a nuclear reactor. So like, this thing's going to melt down. It's going to kill billions of people. So, what do we do?
And then Misato's like, how do you stop? He's like, can we stop it? Yeah, but I can't give you the thing. It's, honestly, this is the funniest part. I think yeah. that is so much like a government would do. All right,
yeah.
do you have the key to stop it? Yeah, give it to me. I can't. I need to be approved. Then call the guy. The guy's like, I'm golfing.
No. First there was this other guy, and he's like, call the other guy. Then this guy was like, I'm golfing. Call the other guy. It was like, what, 15 or 30 minutes in their time?
Yeah, and
Misato's like, these guys can't get anything done.
And then Shinji shows up in the AV unit, and they're like, so what's gonna happen, Misato? Well, I'm gonna hop in that robot and turn it off myself, and you're gonna, like, try to
hold it back.
And try to hold it back and whatnot. And Shinji's like, okay. So Misato, like the girl boss she is, hops into the robot and deactivates it, saves the day, and it turns out, because it was, all this made NERV look really good, and you think like, oh, well, that's just a fuck up on their thing, because they thought they could be all that in a bag of chips. Only to find out that Gendo orchestrated all of it. He planned on that fake robot, I wouldn't say fake robot, on that prototype robot to fail, just so he can make NERV look better.
He is a muck.
And then Shinji, helping Misato with the situation, and him talking with his friends at the end of the episode, he's like, I wish Misato would just act her age. She was so cool yesterday, and here she is being a fucking slutty drunk. I'm kidding. Yeah, a slutty drunk. And then his friend's like, Shinji, that's not the whole point, man. It's the fact that she feels comfortable with you to, like, show you that side of her. That's, like, the cool thing. It's the fact that you see her, like, you see her for how she really is, man. Because y'all are family.
Y'all are family.
Oh. Yeah, and then, like, Toji turns into Dom from Fast and Furious, like, family.
Family.
And then he hands Shinji a Corona.
Here we go. As they head to their backyard barbecue.
Yeah. And then you hear, it's been a long day without you, my friend. But anyway, yeah, that was episode 7. It was a cool Masato Girl Boss episode. And a cool insight on the politics of the world, because it's not just like Nerve being the ones to like save humanity, but there are other different people who think that Nerve are incompetent or don't agree with the fact that kids pilot it, or they're just like, aren't these dangerous? Because look, the AV units went like berserk, and even then they're just like, how do you know that? They're like, check this out. And then Masato's like, so much for an intelligence program, they're leaking stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking?
How does Misato... What? These are giant robots fighting each other. Misato must be dumb to think that no one's gonna notice their like on-field tests, you know?
Well, it's not even that. I mean, even then they talked about in the episode how like, oh, there's a lot of cover-ups for it too.
Well, I think episode 3... Well, the nerd friend, right? Matsuda? No, damn it. I know I had his name. Whatever.
The nerd.
I think in episode... Yeah, the nerd in episode 3 was like, see, Nerve is always trying to cover things up, you know? Keep people from the truth, and I'm here to uncover it. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna uncover a bunch of giant robots fighting, but go ahead. But I mean, it kind of makes sense when you get the context of, oh, the first angel that showed up was the first angel seen in like 15 years, right?
Yeah.
And then the next one, when Misato starts girl bossing around, she's like, well, they didn't wait very long. It's only been 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, and that's Angel shows up, and essentially they're like, well, shoot, I think we got to prevent third impact now, or we're really into high gear. But yeah, it's explained that there's certain things like they're not supposed to know. For example, they can know the AVA unit fights the Angel and they win, right? But they're not supposed to know that children pilot it. They're not supposed to know that children pilot these. They're not supposed to know. The greater public is not supposed to know that children pilot these things, and that they can go berserk potentially.
That is true. You know, I had a bit criticism on I don't know if it's just the whole dub thing. You know, in hindsight, maybe I should have seen it in Japanese too and seen what a sub translation made this. But in the whole meeting, I was kind of on the dude's side against Nerve, because the way that Misato presented arguments along with Ritsuko was just kind of like, yeah, you guys are kind of dumb. Why are you guys the only ones protecting the Earth? If because, you know, this is the whole thing that kind of bothered me, right? It's like, it should be like a world effort, but they put it in the hands of Nerve, which is a Japanese-centered organization that the UN funds, instead of making it like, oh, maybe people from different parts of the world, like smart people, you know, maybe someone who also made the robot that they're about to present can also help with this. So, I mean, it all hinges, like, they even said it themselves. They're trusting in Gendo's work. I'm just kind of like, that is so dumb. Why would you trust in just one person to, like, his work to save the whole universe, when you can see from these tests and from what they're about to present that there are other smart people that can make robots if they had more resources that they could share, right? And then obviously it just serves more to paint that, yeah, Gendo's a monk and whatnot. He's got alternative motives for everything. But I don't know, just them saying that they trust Gendo, just kind of like, it's kind of dumb, you know? But, it also sounded a bit cheesy when she's like, it's all about the heart. I was like, oh, that is not how I would have worded that. But I'll give it to them. They were right. I mean, how are they going to solve the problem with the AT field?
Yeah.
And then the guys are like, "Oh, don't worry, we'll get that. Well, we have that solved." I'm like, "You never showed us how they were gonna solve that problem." I wish they did, because then that doesn't inspire confidence in them. I don't know. I'm overthinking it for fictional politics, right? But I kind of
I will say this.
I think that just shows how good it was that I was very interested in that conversation that they were having.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you gotta remember everything has context sooner or later. So,
yeah.
Right now I'm like holding my tongue, biting my finger, just because like all your questions, I have answers for, but you have to discover them on your own, and I'm like, that's why I love this episode because, like I said, a good series like Evangelion will like open up these ideas for you. And like you'll start thinking about it. So imagine you're watching this weekly. So for like a whole week, you're ruminating on like these thoughts that will probably be answered within like the next episode. Where you're sitting there like, what's up with the government? What's up with all this? Why did Gendo not want another company to help? Why is Nerve the only one combating the angels? Why does Gendo not want anyone else to do it? Why are they pushing for all this?
Yeah.
What's up with it?
Why didn't Shinji fight the giant robot? That's what I really want to know.
Well, I imagine because Misato told him don't damage it that much, let's just put a stop to it. Or if Shinji destroyed it, it would cause it to melt down.
Yeah. Look, all I know is I read the little summary Netflix had where it's like, oh, a robot goes berserk, and then it shows the robot and Shinji facing off as its thumbnail, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, no way, this robot actually goes berserk, Shinji's about to throw down. And, now that didn't happen.
No, but yeah, that's episode 7. It's a bit of a political thing. Oh,
yeah.
Go on.
I just wanted to mention a funny little thing that I I really liked about this episode was the running animation for the robot. In my head, I was thinking, where is bro going? But I was like, nah, you know what? I don't care where bro's going. I want to know when he gets there. When is bro getting there?
I love when animes, of course, are done weekly, you know? If you know anything about production for weekly anime stuff, they have a first few episodes ready for production and launch, but later on they have to like sometimes produce the episodes almost weekly, to the point where like episodes aren't finished before like they're airing. You know, for example, when it came to like this season, the last anime season's work, JJK season 2, the Shibuya arc, like episodes were getting done for that anime like almost an hour before like air.
Yeah.
Like that's how how close they were with it, hence why some of it's unfinished. But it's funny how the way you can save time, or an animation studio will save time for something better towards the episode to save manpower, is the fact that when a good example is, check this out. In this episode, they reuse the animation of Shinji making toast and Pen eating 3 times.
I noticed that. I laughed when it happened a third time. I'm like, ain't no way they reused that same animation. That was hilarious.
It's a funny gag for us as a viewer, but it's also a time-saving thing, because they can just reuse that 3 times and have a very similar, like, you know, let's hide the mouth a bit for Shinji, or let's just use basic mouth flaps to, like, say Shinji saying this to Misato, reuse this animation. But another good example is when Ritsuko is arguing with the dude about his version of the robots and defending, you know, how she's like, you're wrong, you're stupid. And you see Misato, like, you see the animation Misato, like, just kind of looking, like, down, like, oh my god, get me out of here. We cut back to that, like, 2 or 3 times in that episode. So this episode has a lot of reused can animation. But that's because, if you notice, during the main like action sequence of the episode, when it comes to Shinji chasing down the robot to help Misato stop it before like goes nuclear, you'll notice how smooth the animation is of Shinji running towards the robot, him grabbing it, him stopping it. It's super smooth, and that's like
they
it's a
they
really
did
cool
it
thing.
for the fight against Ramiel too, when Misato was talking to Shinji. He's like, hey, don't overthink it, just shoot, right? Everything will be okay. Like, it's these still shots where you don't see their mouths, just barely their eyes, and they're all in silhouette. And they're just, and they do that, and they do other things where it's just very still shots, and then you get to the fight with Ramiel, and everything's just turned up to 11.
Exactly. It's the cool thing about anime when it comes to production, especially like back then. Evangelion is such a studied anime that people can point out, like, this is who drew this is who drew that, this is like who animated this is who corrected that, this is them reusing the same animation from this episode, or whatever, and whatnot, and what forth, and it's cool when you catch it, especially if like you're watching for the first time, you're paying attention. So yeah, that's episode 7.
Yeah. Episode 8. The redhead German arrives.
Let me introduce you. This is the designated pilot of Ava Unit 2, the second child, Oscar Langley Soryu.
Alright, so with episode 8, we get the introduction of a lot of people's favorite girl, Asuka.
Don't know why.
Now, hold on a minute. People say, just like Toji, like, oh, Asuka's a bitch, she's so mean. She thinks boys are just a bunch of perverts. And she's weirdly into that older guy, who I'll talk about in a sec. But the episode starts with, like, Shinji and his homeboys, his crew, rolling up with Misato to, like, to this, like, air, like, not this air, to this, like, naval
UN
base.
naval, yeah. No, UN, what's it called? It's a fleet. The UN fleet. Yeah.
And Misato's like, oh, I'm just, we're just hanging out with the boys. And Tochi's like, I'm on a date with Misato. Epic. Misato, do you look
And the nerds all like, look at all these planes and ships. Honestly, that's
like,
me.
And she's just like, why am I here? So they get down, and then, like, the nerd loses his hat. He's like, oh no, my hat. And then we kept seeing, like, silhouettes in the background of, like, this girl in a yellow dress. And then we hear Asuka's theme play. And then Asuka's like, I'm Asuka Langley Soryu, and you're a pervert. Slap you in the face. And then Toji's like, that's not right.
Blows.
Yeah, the wind blows, and then Toji's like, whoa. Then Asuka slaps him in the face, and then Toji's like, Asuka's like, you're a horny boy. Oh, ew. And Toji's like, oh yeah, you want to see horny? Watch this. And he pulls down his pants, and he gets slapped again. And Asuka's like, I hate horny boys. Ew, I don't like them. No. I'm the second child. And
then Shinji's still like, why am I here?
why am I here? And Misato's like, oh, Asuka. Very nice to see you. He's like, hey, Misato, cool. And then they go talk to the captain of the ship.
Wait, did we already meet the guy?
No, not yet. He comes in right now. So they go up to the captain of the ship, and he's just like, you nerve guys, you have some nerve, you nerve guys. Blah, 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 blah. I'm in charge. Blah, 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 blah. No Evangelion activation here. You better not do anything. It's funny, okay? But listen. The UN, they're a bunch of dumbasses. They put all their money into you and your little robots when they should be putting it into us. We'll take care of an angel. And then Misato's like, why you gotta be a dick? And then Kaji shows up. He's like, hey, Misato, long time no see. And then Asuka's like, Kaji, oh, Kaji. And Misato's like, what the? And everyone's just like, who's this cool guy? And Kaji teases his son. He's like, finally, someone to knock down Misato's ego.
Finally, a male I can relate to, said Shinji.
Finally, a guy that's more up my speed. Yeah. And then the rest of the episode sounded like a little bit of the episode is just hijinks of Kaji being like teasing Masato, Asta calling the guys a perv, and Asta trying to prove to Shinji. She hears like he had a 40 sync rate when he first got into his AV unit for the first time and beat an angel. And Asta's just like, fine. And then she's like, check this out. Come with me. We gotta go check this out. And luckily, while they're going checking out the AV Unit 2, she's like, AV Unit 0 and 1, they're nothing compared to Unit 2. Unit 2 is the real angel killer.
Girl.
Girl bosses.
More like girl.
Bert.
Yeah. I don't know. It's because Shinji's just kind of like, okay, cool.
Shinji the whole time is like,
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to show you how I pilot this thing. Okay. Put this on.
Why?
Because you're getting in there with me.
What?
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So then, luckily at that time, an angel just so happened to attack them. It just so happens to be attacking them. And then, like, Kaji's like, well, I got a dip. And he's like, hey. And then we see him. He's like, hey, I have the thing for you. I'm gonna leave them behind. Goodbye, Misato. I'll see you later. And Misato's like, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then Misato's like, that freaking Wembley, that freaking Kaji, I'll griddle his ass. And then Toji and the nerd are just like, Misato, the angels attacking, and the UN naval forces can't do anything against them because they can't get past the AT field. And then Asta's just like, hey Misato, don't worry about it. Me and the AV unit, we got this. So they fight the big ass fish. So they fight a fish, and it ends with them. They can't kill it. They can't kill it, and then the AV unit's not supposed to even be in water, so it's not optimized for water for water combat yet. So they literally decide, okay,
they're running out of battery.
Yeah, because they only had like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So they decide, okay, let's sacrifice 2 ships, bring him in close, and let's just have the AV unit open up his mouth and blow him up from the inside. So that happens.
Yeah, that would totally work.
Yeah, so then, like, at the same time, Shinji's just like, no, you should be doing, what if we do this instead? And Asta's just like, shut up, you don't know, shut up. He's like, he's like, here, check this out, dog. Check this out, dog. Look at this. He's like, do not touch me. And he's like, where am I? He's like, where else am I supposed to go in this stupid thing? Anyway, they save the day. You forced
me in here, woman. Now sit down and let a man pilot, he said. Nah, Shinji's not like that.
I wish he was.
Yo, she honestly deserved some humbling.
Yeah, so Shinji, so Austin and Shinji save the day with the Navy, the UN naval forces, and they bring AV Unit 2 to Nerve, and then Dendo's like, then Kaji's like, hey, so the angel was attacking because of a thing on there, right? And then we see that the person Gendo was talking to in the last episode was Kaji, because Kaji brings him a briefcase that looks important, and we don't know what's in it.
Until he opens it, and then he tells us what it is.
And now we know what the angels are potentially after.
Yep. That's episode 8.
Episode 8. Like I said,
a lot of toxic feminism.
I love Asta so much. Not because I'm like, oh, I wish I had a girlfriend like Asta. Oh, I wish Asta Langley story was real. No, actually, no. I forgot to mention. No, the episode ends with like Asta's like, well, I guess I'm gonna be at Nerve, blah, 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 blah. And then like cuts back to them at school on Monday, and they're just like, man, and Shinji, it sucks you have to work with her. That sucks, man. I'm so glad she doesn't go to the school. And Asta walks in, and she's like, I go to this school now. And then everyone, just so perfect comedic timing. And there we go, and then the episode ends. But yeah, I love Asta so much because she's just such a fucking, like, I gotta prove this. I gotta prove that. And she's so funny in that point of just like trying to prove herself. She's so silly and childish.
That is true. That is very true.
This
Like,
third children must be a fucking baby. You don't do nothing.
Oh man.
But go on, tell me your thoughts, because you sound like you have a lot to think about and say.
Well, the old man. I'm just gonna say right now, if it was a young man, like not a fat old man, but if it was a young fit man, slightly older gentleman, the things that they made that admiral say is kind of screwed up and disrespectful to the naval forces. But since it is an old fat man, I know I'm not supposed to take it seriously. But still, I'm just kind of thinking, damn, no one respects the military in this show. Even though they're like a pretty important asset sometimes. I mean, who else took out the dummies and who else held off the first Ava unit, you know? And like, even then, even though they were ineffective against the Angel, they still held it off for a while. Like, a lot of people died fighting that thing. And then Misato was like, see, this is all your fault. Which, you know, it kind of was. But she kind of said in such a degrading way, like, bro, Misato, people died. Like, shouldn't you be, like, a little respectful? At least they tried, man. Like, you know? I mean, I get it, but damn, people died. People died trying to stop that thing. And, you know, if they weren't with an Ava 2 unit, like, what were they gonna do? Go back to Japan and bring out Ava 1? No. We're gonna do that. I don't know. That's my thoughts on the military.
I'm gonna do that now.
Other than that, Asuka. No, maybe I'll save it for last. Misato, still girl bossing, you know. Definitely felt a little conflicted because I respect the effort that military personnel do. But you know, she's still girl bossing, and that's pretty legit of her because she goes back into that serious mode. Although Kanji always makes her not lose her cool. Like, he always makes her lose her cool. Kaji?
Kaji.
Or Kanji? Kaji. Okay, yeah. Kaji makes her lose her cool, and I thought that's interesting, especially since it's obviously saying, hey, yeah, these two definitely had something in the past. Like, it's obvious it's not a friendship, you know? Although I think it's funny how Toji was all like, I wouldn't treat you like that, Misato. Toji's there to verse up Misato, man. He's not gonna do it, but damn, you gotta... It's funny to watch. It's not even cringy, it's just funny. Yeah, who else? I mean, there isn't much to say about Kaji, except maybe he gave off the vibes of he's a snake. And then it turns out, yeah, he kind of... Like, it's weird to not dislike him because of his personality. But when I found out that he was the one talking with Geto, I'm just like, oh. So he's like that. He's working with Geto.
Gendo.
No? Gendo. Right. I keep forgetting the N. Yeah, so I see him with Gendo, and I'm just like, oh, so he's like that, huh? He's working with the Muck Gendo. But I still can't hate him, especially since I think he really, I don't know, the way I feel like he's one of the most sincere in terms of how he interacts with people. Like, obviously Asuka, like, has feelings for him, right? Straight off the bat, you just tell. The dude's just very respectful towards Asuka as a person, and then even more towards Shinji, which I really like, because Shinji definitely needs an older male figure in his life, and I think I'm expecting Kaji to be there more for him in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all I have to say about him. All right, fine. We'll talk about Asuka.
Go ahead.
She's her first introduction was pretty epic in a way, but then, you know, like she had me at hello, and then she, I did not very much like her all that much. I mean, she's entertaining to watch, you know, but personality wise, I'm like, ugh, you know,
That's what makes her great.
No, I mean, it's how do I put it? It's I guess I'll put it like I'll use this as the example of what I really like about her. It's when she goes to show Shinji her robot, right? She's like, "Look at my robot. That's right. It's the robot, not yours. Yours sucks." And it's obvious this is because Kaji told him that, hey, he had a better sync rate than you did. And she's like, "Oh, heck no, I need to put this kid in his place." And she's like, "Check out this robot. It's better than yours." And then Shinji's all like, "Oh, cool. Can I go back now?" And she's just like, look at me, Shinji, look, I'm obviously better than you, cause I'm a woman, and I did great in Germany. I can kill those angels that, I mean, it kills unsaid, right? But practically that's what she was trying to say. She was like, I can kill the angels better than you do, and he's like, oh yeah, that's cool, Asuka. I gotta go now. You know. I mean, what I really like is when they're in the Ava unit together and they're fighting the fish. I like how it starts off with like, hey, yeah, look at me, look what I'm gonna do, and then it actually she it's like a flip of a switch, you know, like she gets serious, and then Shinji shows his I thought Shinji was gonna be whiny. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was gonna be whining and being like, oh no, what am I do? What are we gonna do? I mean, I can't do anything. No, bro took charge. You know, like I was so surprised how that turned out when they were both in the robot in Unit 2. He's all like he literally, like, it's like it was like second nature to him to try to to control the robot and try to fight this fish, you know. And then Asuka, she wakes, like, she like snaps to it, and she's like, oh, hey, wait a minute, this is my robot, you know. But she, you know, she does it because she's like, oh, it's my robot, I'm trying to prove that I'm better than you, right? Not because of like, oh, hey, I'm the one piloting in a comfortable position, you shouldn't be doing this. But I really liked it. It showed that it showed me that Shinji had matured in such a way that I did not expect, and I really liked it. And in that regard, because the really important scene, the takeaway that will lead on to the next episode, according to the thumbnail I saw for the next episode. I haven't seen the episode yet, but it leads to the whole synchronization. You know, like they were in sync, like they just worked together. Like I understand why people were like Asuka and Shinji. You know, like I see it. When Asuka puts like she put aside her when they got serious and she put aside her insecurities, like you saw how well they worked together, not just as like a unit in the robot, but as people themselves, you know, like when they were interacting with themselves, while they were, I don't know, I just really liked it. It surprised me, and that way I really like Asuka. But if watching the end of Evangelion is anything to tell me, it's doesn't get better for her, I think. But I really like right now I really like that moment where her and Shinji were piloting the robot together. It was really nice. And you know what? Kaji told Asuka when she was blowing Shinji off, kind of like, oh, like he's nothing, whatever. And then Kaji was kind of like standing up for him, and he's all like, hey, he might surprise you, and she thinks about it, she's kind of like, nah, and then he actually does. I really like that a lot. Because at the end of that episode, before they leave the robot and she's back to being like, look at me, Asuka, look at me, she's kind of like, oh, damn, okay, I see you, you know.
Yeah. It was a good it was a
You're holding your
good...
tongue back, huh? You're having that, oh damn, I can spoil it for him right now, but I'm not going to. Yeah, I can tell.
Like you said, man, I just liked Asuka. I mean, the cast of characters is like pretty good. You're introduced to pretty much the opposites of Misato and Shinji via Asuka and Kaji.
Yeah.
You know? Just like,
yeah, yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Asuka's brash, Shinji's bold.
Asuka's loud, Shinji's quiet.
Asuka's
Kaji
German.
is laid back at work, and Misato is serious at
Kaji's
work.
openly laid back and like nonchalant, while Misato's all business. But in private, Kaji's all business, while Misato is nonchalant and relaxed out of work.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Gee, I wonder what will happen.
I hope they invite Asuka to dinner.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, wait, what? Can you repeat that, please?
What do you mean? I said I hope they invite Asuka to dinner.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Can you imagine? Imagine you just got home from work, and you step in and you see Asuka lately Soryu in your house, and she's at your dinner table, and your mom's just like, "Oh yeah, she just came to town. She said, and I invited her for dinner." As if like your mom has known her forever.
Who's this small sassy child? Straight up, that's what Asuka is.
And then she calls you a horny pervert.
And then I'd say, okay, all right, this is what's going to happen.
And then like you hear another knock at the door, and it's and
No.
it's,
No.
and it's Ramuel.
Oh, thank goodness.
But oh, you were saying no. What do you think I was gonna say?
Gendo.
Oh. Yeah, you know it's true. Yeah, it's Dendo. Dendo's
No.
Fourth children, Alexis. I heard you had I heard you're having Asta over for dinner. Can I join?
No.
Why not? I'm the director.
I don't care.
Come
Look,
on.
there needs to be boundaries between business and a personal life, okay? And you
But
and
you
me,
and
Gendo,
you
it's
and
all
Asuka.
business.
But Asta is also business.
Hey, my mom invited her. That's completely different. And no, my mom would never know a man like Gendo. Don't you? That is not possible. Ain't happening.
And then your sister walks in and is like, "Oh yeah, I invited your boss from work. He's gonna have dinner with us."
No, she wouldn't do that either.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna
No,
say
they
in this
won't.
scenario.
They
In
wouldn't
this scenario,
do that.
she does.
No. Look, the only scenario would be if you invited Gendo to dinner.
You know what? Yeah, it's true. I come over. It's like, "Oh yeah, let's just like." It's like, "Yeah, let's." I heard that I heard you're having dinner and you invited Asta over. That's pretty cool, man. And I decided I'm gonna decide to invite myself over too. Hope you don't mind. I brought Gendo with me.
Dude, my mom would totally mind.
You think your mom would mind someone like Gendo?
She would mind. My mom does not mind having guests, but she wants to know who's coming into her house. She doesn't like surprise guests. Like unannounced, uninvited guests. She doesn't like that. She thinks it's an invasion of privacy.
I like how you're mad if Gendo walks into your house, but I like the fact you easily get set to the fact that Your mom claims to have known Oscar Langley Soryu for years, and this is normal. You just accept that fact so easily.
I feel like it would be something my mom would do. Look, there's so many times where my mom has literally come across a random woman on the street. She's like, and she starts talking to them like she's known them for years. And then I ask who was that. She's like, oh, it's a friend from a long time ago. I'm like, I thought you don't have friends. And I don't mean that in a mean way, okay? It's my mom straight up has told me that she herself just lost contact with her friends, right? So I'm just thinking like, whenever that happens, I'm like, Mom, why don't you talk with them anymore? And she's like, well, you know, we parted our ways. I'm like, Mom, you should be friends with them again. That's something else, right? That's a different story. But yeah, my mom being friends with Asuka, my mom being friends with Asuka would not surprise me that much.
But Asuka's like 14.
Not. It still wouldn't surprise me. Because you know what? I bet she'd be like, oh yeah, I knew her mom. Because she has done that. She has done that as well. I'm like, who was that? She's like, oh, that was a lady who. No, that was a girl or a woman. I don't know. It depends on the age, right? That whose mother I knew and I was friends with, or whose mother I knew because she lived in the same town. Oh, look how big she's grown. Like honestly, that would not surprise me.
Are you telling me your mom would not be friends with Gendo Atari?
No, she would not.
Why not?
Because she's married.
Okay. Oh, she doesn't have male friends?
Yeah.
Okay. What if your dad is just like, oh yeah, I invited him over?
No, I still don't see it.
You don't see your dad being friends with Gendo Atari?
No.
What if he's just like, Mijo? He's my friend. No. He's been my friend for a very long time.
No, I can't.
It's just a hypothetical, you know. Like,
it's in this hypothetical. Maybe I can believe it.
Yeah, but anyway.
I don't know. I'm only saying this because, I don't know. My dad has. I'm not gonna say my dad has has certain types of friends. I'm just saying that I kind of know the circles of my dad's friends, and I don't think Gendo would fit in it. But if you were to say like, oh, he knew him when Gendo still had his wife around, yeah, I could believe it.
So what you're saying, Alexis, is that you would have dinner with Oscar Langley Soryu.
Yeah, why not?
But not Rei Ayanami.
Well, look, this is coming from a guy who has a Rei figure right here on his desk. But I literally watched the first 2 episodes, and I think I told you because we talked about it for less than 5 minutes. But I remember I told you, is this it? Is this why people like Rei? Like, this is the reason people like Rei? And you were kind of like, and you were kind of like, yeah. And I'm all like,
you know, I said that to you. I reaffirmed it, and then you still proceed to buy a Rei figure.
No, I already bought the Rei figure. Is when because this is when I watched the 4 episodes, and we talked about it for 4 minutes. Yeah. So look, I don't regret buying the Rei figure, but I'm just thinking are these 2 episodes really the reason why people like Rei? If so, I can't tell if that's based or disappointing.
Well, you saw the 2-parter.
Yeah, that's true. I did see a 2-part, but this is the proper introduction to Rei. That's why, if people watch these 2 episodes, they tell me they like Rei, and then they don't watch the rest, and then I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I would look at them weirdly.
What if
because I like Rei because I watched the end of Evangelion, and I feel like I'm gonna get more of that later. And in fact, a thing that I want to talk about that I didn't mention, again, great. This show has great foreshadowing. At the end of episode 7, when Rei looks at Shinji, she sees Gendo's face in Shinji, and then she smiles. I was just like, chef's kiss. That's beautiful foreshadowing. Yeah. Right? Like that was one of the moments. That is a moment that is part of a bigger reason of why I like Rey as a character. You know, and I'm hoping to get more out of the rest of wait, how many episodes is this? 24, right?
26.
26. Yeah, and I'm hoping to get more of that in the next 18 episodes. But we'll see.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, likable cast. I'm upset that people don't talk about Toji and Ida a lot. I think that's his name.
Yes,
A
it was
lot
Ida.
more.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little upset they don't talk about them more because they're obviously big, important. I think they're pretty important characters despite being considered side characters. That's just me watching 8 episodes in. All right.
Yeah. You know, so what you're trying to say is that, yeah.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is Gendo's sus, Misato's the best, Kaji, little question,
Chad.
big question mark on him. Shinji, I'm rooting for you, buddy. I hope you're more happy. I like your growth, buddy. Keep it going. Rey.
Someone please help her.
Someone help her, please. Asuka, toxic toxic feminine mentality, but she is still likable somehow. I don't know. There's some secret sauce.
We have a word for that, Alexis.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Girl boss.
uh,
Listen, I'm telling you right now, Astra incorporates all 3 things. She girl bosses. She gatekeeps because she's like, you would understand. You're only AVA units. I'm from Germany. I'm the best. And then gaslight because she's like, I'm the best. You ain't nothing, Shinji. You're dumb. Fuck you.
Shinji's like, okay, can I go home now?
Okay. Anyway, we'll wrap up the second episode. I do wonder, because if people are watching along the episodes as well as we talk about them, that'd be interesting to see if anyone is doing that below. But if not, then that's fine. It's okay. But regardless, we will see you in the next one.
Bye, everybody. I'll see you next week.